Hello, hello! Today we are making this fun tulle Easter wreath. They are so easy to make, so let's get started on what you need. So here's what you need for this project. Now originally I had shared this beautiful fun wreath that I had on my door this winter, and everybody was asking me how I made it. So although we were not doing this, we are doing something similar, and I will definitely do a video come the holidays that shows you guys how I exactly did this one. So this is a 12-inch wreath form, okay? So you can see it's a larger form, and I posted the link below. You can get them from Consumer Crafts. They're pretty reasonably priced, and if you buy enough, you get free shipping with the $49. So I buy some of my items there. But for this particular video, I'm going to just use a Dollar Tree 8-inch ring, so you can see the difference in size. It's not going to be as big, but we could make it as full because of the tulle that we're using, okay? So this one again was the one from the holidays in a 12-inch ring, and we are going to be using a 8-inch ring from Dollar Tree. So the tulle is what I showed in my last video when we made our pom-poms. So if anybody wants to make pom-poms, those are available on my channel. And here is the tulle that I purchased, and I also posted the link below because these are only $1.68 to $1.69. I got them for $1.67. I'm not quite sure why the price gets adjusted by a penny, but that's what the lady does. But it's free shipping. So I got a pretty aqua, pastel purple, yellow, and then I had some lime green left from my own personal stash. So if you wanted to get these, $1.67, $1.69, great price, and you can make your wreath very reasonably without all that shipping charge either. So the other thing that you might want to grab is a pretty little Easter. I got this from the dollar store. So we can either put this in the center when we're done, or what I was thinking of doing is maybe getting that 12-inch ring and making a pretty one for a girl's room with pink and white and adding a letter in the center. And you can also get the letters from Consumer Crafts. I posted that link below as well. So it's entirely up to you what you want to do with it, but this is just the basics of how to make these pretty full. And you know what's nice about these is they're lightweight. So if you have a customer, if you start to like making these, and you have a customer, look, I got tulle everywhere. If you have a customer that likes these, then they're lightweight. So it wouldn't be as much, and you can lay it in a box, and all they have to do is fluff it out. Like, it doesn't get flat like mesh does. Okay? So then what you're going to do is, what I do is I get all of my mesh cut, my tulle cut first. Okay, because it's just much easier to grab it as you're working. And I'm going to show you how I cut mine. It's entirely up to you how you do it, but this is the way I do it. So this is an Amazon box, and I folded the lids in. Okay, so all 4 lids are in, and I have this. So from here, this little bit of width, you do have to consider that. It's not a huge deal, but you have to consider this, and it's about 1/4 inch. And then the box itself, depending on how long you want your tulle to be sticking out, okay? So some of you might want to do a little longer in the back and then do the front a little shorter. It's completely up to you. But this here, for my size, is about 5.5 inches down, okay? And then all you're going to do is take your tulle and hold it at the top like this and start wrapping it around. And the reason that I like the box is because you have a lot of room to squeeze this together as you're going. You're not overlapping, so it's not using more tulle anywhere else. Like if you keep going over and over like you were making a pom-pom, then it would get too fat. But with this, you can get quite a bit just by going like this and twining it all the way to the end, or as far as you want to go. You don't have to go all the way. You can make as many pieces as you want as you're going. Okay? And you're going to do that with all the colors. Okay? And I'm just going to cut this. But remember, I showed you with my pom-pom video that I kind of like working with a small blade instead when it comes to tulle, because all you have to do is go in the center and zip it right through. See, I'm kind of popping it all over the place. I should have held on to that, but see how it's just opening up? Put your hand on where it's going to hold it, and then just cut it straight through. You don't have to worry about your scissors cutting through there or anything. So all you do is go right down the center, and here are all your little pieces to get your wreath started, okay? So then what you're going to do is you're simply going to take your wreath, and I have a purple here, and you're just going to start knotting it. That's all you have to do is start knotting it. And literally a knot, okay? So tie it and put a knot. And it doesn't look like much when you first get started, but of course, as you start making it fuller and fuller, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my colors. So I'm going to do purple, yellow. Okay, so what you could do too is you can put one in back. Like what I mean by one in back is the knot in back, and then this one in front. And that's what I did with the white one. It's kind of hard to tell because it's really fluffy, but then the colors are going to be frontward, backward, frontward, backward, frontward, backward. Then we're going to take, I have purple, we're going to take a green. And what I'm going to do, like I always do, is I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to come back when I'm halfway done so you guys get a better idea. So you see, so now we're going to do that, and then we're going to add some, and I think this is such a pretty color for Easter. So the one that I don't have any of is this pretty aqua blue, which is perfect to fit in with my spring. And we'll do the same thing again. We're going to take the end of it. We're going to hold it on our box. We're going to wrap it around so it holds into place. And we're going to go round and round. And if you get 4 or 5 colors, you should have enough to do a small wreath. So just remember, if you wind up going with a 12-inch form, you're probably going to need about double the amount, which still isn't bad because you could probably get 6 to 8 rolls for $10 with free shipping, and then you'll have a nice pretty full wreath. Okay, so we went all the way around. We're going to cut this here. Okay, so again, when you're cutting, hold the end like this. Hold it like this. Go right in the center and right down with your blade. And that's all it takes. How quick and easy is that to make these? Super easy. So now we're going to add a pretty color of aqua. Okay, and I'm going to go next to green. And you can do this however you want. If you want to mix it up or you want to keep your colors, you know, uniform where it's one after the other like I have here. So the next one would be, let's see, the next one would be purple, yellow, green, aqua, purple, yellow, green, aqua. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in a few minutes, and the only reason that I say do one front, one back is because you don't want this gap here. So if I had this in the back and one in the front and then one in the back and one in the front, then you don't have the gap here. You see what I mean about the gap? And it's entirely up to you. So we'll be back in just a few minutes and I'll show you how far I am. So we are about halfway done. And you can see I just decided to do a color scheme of purple, yellow, green, blue. Purple, yellow, green, blue. And I decided that I'm going to keep them all going the same way. But again, if you want to do one in the back, the knot in the front, knot in the back, knot in the front, knot in the back. But I went straight across. And all you have to do is pull this tight as you're doing it. Okay? And if you do miss a color, all you have to do is slide it, put the color in, and slide it all back together. So there is no mistakes. This is perfect for the kids. This took me, like I said, about 15 minutes to get halfway. So what I'm doing is I have, let's see, purple, yellow, green, blue. So I'm got it like this, and I have it just between my knees, and I'm doing purple, just tying that, purple, yellow. That's an odd piece that was cut when we cut it because I'm going to show you one thing. Yellow. and then green. Okay. So, purple, yellow, blue, green. Purple, yellow, blue, green. But what I wanted to show you is I am done with my yellow spool already, although I still have a little bit of blue and a little bit of purple. So you most definitely, if you're going to use just one color, you're probably going to need about 5 spools, depending on how fluffy you want it to be. And here is something else I want to show you, because I am again going to turn off the video and come back so I don't hold you all up, is if you want to hang it with tulle, all you have to do is take a little bit and even it out with what you already have here. Okay, so leave it on your spool. Tie your knot like you would be normally tying it. Okay, pull it tight. Now, if you want, and you already have your green cut, you can just take and put this aside, and when you get to about here, you can make your second knot and cut it. It's entirely up to you. That's how I'm going to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to about here. I'm going to leave my green on the spool, and I'm going to come back when I'm ready to tie my second knot so that we have a door hanger, okay, so that it hangs on the door evenly, okay? So let's do that, and I will be back in just a minute. So I am just about, so here's where I started my hanger. And I want to make sure that I have it even so that you can't see it when it's hanging on the door. So it's going to be even with the height of this. And now what we're going to do is we are going to kind of estimate it. We're going to pull it around underneath and we're just going to cut it. If we have to trim it a little bit, that's okay. So we're just going to cut it. So we have this tail now. So if you decide you just want to cut it and not leave it on the way I did, you don't have to do it that way. I just thought I would leave it on there and cut it when I need it. Okay, so again, we're going to take this and we're going to bring it around and we're just going to go under and over and we're going to tie it. So now we have, so we're going to tie it. Can you see? I'm tying it right here. And now we have our door hanger so that you don't have to worry about doing it later. Okay? And then whichever way you decide to go with it, you know what I mean, just push this forward or backwards, whichever way the tool is going, okay? So here was our starting point right here. And here is our ending point. We want to make sure that it's all even. And we're just going to tie a knot right here. And now you actually have your tool already here. And we are a little long. So all we're going to do is trim this a bit. And now you have your hanger on here. It's already on here. And it's right where you need it. Or if you want, you could take and tie and do this after you're all finished. I just find it easier to do it while you're working. And we are almost finished, but you can see how cute and fluffy, and I just thought these would be super cute, like you do them in blue and white, or you do them in a neutral color, and if you know a baby's name, you can put the letter in the center and do something fun like that, or you can do more of a primary color. You can do the primary green, blue, yellow, and you can put the middle initial in the center, or you can do all those colors and you can put welcome in the front, just so that you have something completely different. So there you go. So these are super, super easy to make and perfect for the kids because there's not a lot of cutting or things for them to do. So when you get to the part of looking at it, you can just simply trim where you see it might need a little bit of trimming. Just to even it out, you can see there's not much because when you use the board, you kind of get the exact size every time. So I'm going to finish this off and then I'm going to show you my finished wreath. And I don't know if I'm going to put this in the center or not. I haven't really decided yet. If I wanted, I could cut it out and I can put it in the back side like this and leave this in the center. Can you see? So it is kind of pretty even like that. Or you could use like all purple, like the purple and white is in here, and you could put this in the center like that. So it just depends on what you want to do. So I'm going to finish this off and I will be right back. And this so far has taken me about a half hour. Because it is a lot of tying and a lot of knotting, but I don't like to leave projects behind, so I will be right back with the finished wreath. Okay, so we are at the very end of our wreath. Okay, so we're just going to finish this off. We are at purple, and this just goes to show, I think this whole wreath, between cutting the mesh and putting it on here, so you can see all I'm doing is I have it between my knees. I'm holding the wreath. Let me put this down just a titch so you can see. So I just have it like this, and I did purple, blue, and that's all you're doing is knotting it. Blue, yellow. So put your colors in a pile so that you can grab them, depending on if you're using a solid color. Of course you wouldn't, but for this, yellow and green. Okay. And you do need pretty much the whole spool, so I saved just a little bit. So this is the purple. We did use all of the yellow, and the green I had a big roll of, so that didn't count. So now we need a yellow. Okay, yellow. Is that right? Yeah, then, wait. Green, yellow, purple. Yes, green. I'm just trying to keep them in uniform color. You do not have to do it that way. You can do it however you want to do it. Now I need a purple. And I might have a little bit extra tulle left. Not much, just a few. And when you get in here, it is going to get a little tighter, but you do want to try to keep it on the styrofoam so that one side of it's not uneven. Okay, see how that's working? So now I need a blue. And we're just about finished. And then again, like I said, you can decide. You can make these as baby gifts. You can dress up a child's door if you want. You can make it on a 12-inch and make it for your front door like I did with pretty pastel colors for spring and summer. So that's blue. Now we need a yellow. And I think we're just going to be almost finished here in just a second. And then I can decide what I want to put into the center. They do have other Easter eggs that are like 3 in a row at Dollar Tree, and I thought maybe that would be cute, or to put an Easter egg. All they had was the bunny, the religious one, when I went. So we got the yellow. Now we need purple. Okay, so you can see how quick this is. And I know a lot of people have trouble with their hands, so just remember, if you do want to do back, you can do back long, then a front short, then a back long, and a front short. So that's what I did to like fill this out. So that's why it's so fluffy, is because I have one in front, one in back, one in front, one in back. So you can see how fluffy that is compared to this one. Not that it's not fluffy, but the bigger one has just got more, you know, tulle to it as well. Okay, so I lost my spot. We are about right here. So we got yellow. Let's see. Yellow, purple, green. We only need a few more in here and we're all done. So let's put a green in there, a blue, put a green. And kids are going to be on spring break, so this is something they can do rather than sitting on the computer or video games. So we got green. We'll put a yellow in there. And we should be just about finished. So this is where it gets a little tricky towards the end, because you don't have a lot of room to work because it gets tighter. Okay, so we have green. Let's see, can I spread this out enough? Yeah. Okay, so we are all done. And all I did was, when I got here and it got kind of tight, I just, if you move them like this, it moves it back and forth so that you can make room wherever you need it. Okay? And then just take your fingers and fluff it out. Okay? That's all you have to do to fluff it out. These would be really cute gifts. And like I said, they're so lightweight. And here is your little hanger that we put on. And here is the front side. So that's all you have to do. And again, let me take this off of here and see if I like it. I don't know if I like it or not. Because if I did want to hang this, and what I could do is take a little bit of tulle on the back side. Oops. So I could put it on like this. And what I would do is just string a little bit of tulle, which I'll just do since I have it. It's not going to be easy to get it through this hole, so just twine it like that. There you go, straight through. Pull it through. So now you have it on there. And where's our hanger? Make sure if you're going to hang something, put it where your hanger is. So I got to find my hanger here. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so you want to put it on the back side of your hanger. And then all you're going to do is, again, find your way, go to the center of where your hanger is. So about right here, so that it's not uneven when you hang it on your door. Okay, so we're just going to pull this up. We're going to tie a knot, and then we're going to adjust this so that it's even. Okay, I want mine to be a little bit higher. And you can see my extra tulle laying right here. Okay, there you go. There's our hanger. There's our little Easter in the center. And we have our little Easter wreath for Easter. Now, do you see the way it's fluffing forward? You can do that if you want. If you don't want it to be where it's all on the edges, you can fluff this however you want to fluff it. Okay? So there's our little Easter egg in the center, and it's got our pastel colors, and it's fun, and it's easy. I kind of like it back like this. That's my preference, but everybody's got a different way of doing things. I always tell you guys to make things yours, make them unique. And we are all set. This was super duper easy to make. Again, if you are looking for the tulle, the links are below. We used an 8-inch ring from Dollar Tree. And if you do want the 12-inch ring to make something similar and as big, so you can see the difference. This is a 12-inch. This is an 8-inch. So it just depends on what you want to do. I think that these are perfect for a bedroom. It's even cute for a doorway. But this is the one I had on my front door for wintertime. I'm holding it right there. So here's my hanger on that one. So you can see the difference in the sizes as well. So if you use the 12-inch, you're going to need double the mesh, which is going to be about 10 spools of the smaller ones that I showed you from. These are from eBay. The lady sells all different colors too. So it's not me, it's somebody else that sells them. Okay, so there you go. That is our fun little Easter wreath, and I will see you guys on our next video. Bye now.